Everyone should understand his or her personal role in an emergency. Your own personal safety is the first priority, no matter what the incident is. There are three major types of hazards that we need to prepare for. Natural disasters are the most common and can range from wildfires to ice storms to earthquakes. Technological disasters can include situations like power outages, gas leaks, and chemical spills, which may affect operations and can compromise safety. Human-caused incidents, like active shooter events, school or workplace violence situations, arson, and bomb threats, are the third type of hazard for which we need to be prepared. Any one of these incidents has the potential to jeopardize personal safety, which is why everyone should be familiar with the university's emergency response procedures. This video covers some basic emergency response principles that students, faculty, and staff should be aware of, including how you will be notified and what to do. Whitworth uses two primary notification systems. Informacast sends audio and text messaging to IP clocks in classrooms and other general use areas, and audio messages and sounds to blue light towers located around campus. The second emergency messaging system is called Whit Alert. Whit Alert uses both text messages and emails to alert you of an incident. You are automatically enrolled in the Whit Alert system. Incident alerts and updates may also be shared through email, social media, and the Whitworth University homepage. If there is a natural event, such as a fire or a human threat in the building, and you can evacuate safely, do so. If a dangerous situation occurs outside your room or your building, you may need to shelter in place or lock down. If the hazard is widespread, leave the area altogether. Get off campus or as far away as necessary to escape the hazard. Once you are safe, call 911 to alert emergency services.
There's a man here with the gun.
Stay on the line. If you absolutely cannot call, text. Once emergency services are on the way, or while someone else is calling 911, call campus security at 509-777-4444. You should have this number programmed into your phone. This is a critical step because our emergency notification process begins with Whitworth security. Finally, follow all directions given by emergency responders or Whitworth notification systems. To recap, first, ensure your own personal safety. Second, call 911. Third, call security at 777-4444. And finally, follow directions. Whitworth University does have a written emergency response plan, which is accessible on the Whitworth website. The plan identifies staff and faculty who are part of the Whitworth Emergency Response Team. Those individuals receive additional training as outlined in the plan. If you are a faculty member, a building monitor, or a university representative sponsoring an event, you are expected to lead students, building occupants, or guests in proper incident response as long as your own personal safety is not compromised. Your role may involve instructing your group on how to lock down a classroom, on where to go after evacuating an unsafe building or leaving the campus entirely, or on leading a shelter-in-place response. You should be aware of several resources. Emergency response information is in the Emergency Response Plan posted online. Campus emergency instruction posters can be found in classrooms and other common areas. Quick guides for instructors and students outline the emergency response options specific to a particular classroom. Evacuation routes are posted in every building, usually in entry areas or near stairwells. Each plan also shows assembly areas for that particular building. Whitworth also has emergency equipment installed throughout its buildings. Next time you are in a building, take note of the exits and the fire extinguisher closest to your office, classroom, or living space. Also, if your building has fire alarm pull handles, note their location. If a fire alarm is activated, your building's fire doors may close. This situation will be unfamiliar to you, but the doors are not locked and you must still evacuate. Just push, slide, or lift on the fire door to get through. One human-caused hazard we need to spend a little more time discussing is the active shooter scenario. Although the chances of such an incident happening at Whitworth are very remote, it's still important to know your response options.
Where is Professor Tanner? Where is she? Is she in the classroom? Where is she?
First, if you're ever caught in this kind of life-threatening emergency, you must quickly assess the situation and then take quick and decisive action. Your most basic response options are to run, hide, or fight. In most cases, the best option is to put as much distance as possible between you and the shooter. If you're able, run in the opposite direction as fast as you can. This is especially true if you're already outside and you hear shots, or if you're notified of a shooter elsewhere on campus. In cases where you can't safely put distance between you and the shooter, you should hide or lock down in a safe space. In a lockdown situation, you should lock or barricade doors so that the shooter cannot get in. Turn off the lights, close the shades, stay out of sight, and remain quiet. Silence your cell phone, including the vibrate function. If others are with you, make sure they do the same. You should hide until you are notified through Whitworth's emergency communication system that the situation is all clear. In extreme cases, where running and hiding are not possible, you may have to confront your attacker directly. In this case, you must fight with all your might to disarm, stop, or disable the assailant. Of course, the thought of fighting an armed assailant is terrifying, but you still have options. Use anything at hand as an improvised weapon: a chair, a backpack, a fire extinguisher, anything that can help you overcome the shooter. You can throw things: staplers, scissors, tape dispensers, hot coffee. Do anything you can to disrupt the attack. Yell, scream, attack as a group. Keep in mind, you don't need to get full control of the attacker, but if you can control his hands, it will limit his ability to use the weapon. Only you can decide what to do in moments like these. The goal is to do anything you need to do in order to survive until emergency responders arrive. So, if you have to, be ready to fight. Don't fight fair, and fight for your life. There's one other very important thing to keep in mind. If you've disarmed the attacker, keep or kick the weapon away from them, but don't pick it up. If law enforcement arrives suddenly, you don't want to be mistaken for the attacker. It's also important to realize that when first responders arrive on the scene, they have no way of knowing who is a threat. So follow their instructions completely. Keep your hands where they can see them, and don't do anything that might seem threatening. Force yourself to be calm and be ready to tell first responders anything they need to know, anything that can help them locate and identify the attacker. Their primary goal is to find the assailant and stop the violence. This video has covered emergency response resources and protocols that we have in place at Whitworth. In addition to the information provided here, the university provides opportunities for you to practice proper responses through fire drills, active shooter drills, and other all-hazard emergency exercises. We ask you to do your best to learn these emergency response techniques, and we hope that you will never be called upon to use them.